Me. Give me just a second. I am letting everybody know. Okie dokie. What is going on, peeps? Peter Pan, what's going on? Set City Vet, how you doing? Cindy caught me live for the first time. Yeah, I know. I keep saying that I should do this more often, and I need to make time for it because people have so many questions, and I get so many messages, and I don't want to feel rude. I want to answer the questions. So I'm finding that when I do live streams, it's better to do it that way. So then people can ask questions all they want. My mic is not working. Is that right? Me. Does that work now? Can you hear me? Oh, wait, hold on. Is it working? Testy. All right, let me see if I can figure this out. All right, can you hear me now? Blah, 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 blah. Is it working? Give me thumbs up. Yes, it's working. There we go, 5x5. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. What is going on out there, peeps? I hope everybody's doing good. How you been? Steve, Lizzie, Daniel. Okay, so a lot of people are asking me a lot of questions. I guess somebody in YouTube world has brought up something significant supposed to happen in Iraq in 2 weeks. I can only imagine who it is. It's got to be one of these other YouTubers that is saying that in 2 weeks, something's going to happen in Iraq. So here's something I want to bring to your guys' attention because as I ask questions about this, I haven't got an answer yet. So if this person is saying that something's going to happen in 2 weeks, did they say what was going to happen? Because if they leave it open-ended like that, it's for a reason. They go, something's going to happen in 2 weeks. When nothing happens, you're going to go, wow, what the hell is supposed to happen? You know what I mean? So just be careful of those kind of things. I can always tell whenever somebody has brought up something that's exciting to people in the YouTube community, because I'll get a ton of videos and questions about this. All right. So you guys it's open to anything you want to talk about. So what kind of questions do you have? Because I know some people were upset that I was saying, look, this thing with Iraqi dinar is not going to happen overnight. I've been saying since the get-go that this is going to happen in increments. I know a lot of you guys don't like it. I get that. And look, I'm an investor in Iraqi dinar just like you are. I would love to wake up in the morning and see that it's done. I'm not saying that's not possible, but I'm just talking about the reality of things, okay? So I do believe it's going to happen in increments. We're going to see this happen over time. So when I say it's not going to happen for like 2 to 3 years, I'm not saying there's not going to be no increases during this time. What I'm saying is for us to get in my opinion, at the very least at a 1-for-1 average. All right. I do think it'll be more, but I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth. But Iraq is doing all the right things, you guys. They are, except for when they do stupid stuff like go out and speak against the United States, stating that they're going to target us. I mean, that's the kind of crap you don't want to hear. But they are doing all the right things politically and economically so far. We have the accession into the World Trade Organization is what we want, and they're being expedited. So you got to love that. They have all these contracts and memorandums of understanding with different countries. That's a great thing. We have a ton of businesses from the United States that want to come in and work in Iraq, but not just the United States. There are other countries that want to get in there as well. So we are on the right track. I really believe that. And if they could just stay out of trouble, man, if they could just stay out of trouble, as time goes on, you're going to start to see the increase in the Iraqi dinar. Now, we all know they're having problems right now because, look, let's just be honest. If you're a supporter of Joe Biden, then you're not always going to like what I say. I'm not a Biden supporter. He just seems to be doing the wrong things all the time. And I mean, literally, like let's be honest about this. This is Obama's third term. If you're an Obama lover, I know you don't like the other kind of crap, but he was doing the same crap when he was in office is being done now. Biden is not in charge. There's no doubt about that. So they see the country up from the inside out, but at the same time, destroying the relationships that we have outside of this country. And I remember when everybody used to threaten saying, oh man, Trump's going to start World War III. He's going to ruin our relationships, when he was actually out there building bridges. How many of you guys know how many times Trump has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize? Do you know? Does anybody know? Times. 5 times. You knew they weren't going to let him have it because he was doing things that other people weren't able to do. And so we hope that continues. That's what you want. Look, love him or hate him. For me, it's about what the president is doing for our country. I don't care about whether he tweets or whether he's a white hat freeing people and all the other crap. Look, your actions speak louder than words. And the whole time Trump was in office, not only was he doing great things, but he was doing great things while having to deal with people that were resistant of his presidency, and they made things really hard for him. I can only imagine what kind of president Trump's first term would have been like, the presidency, had everybody like supported him and they did what they were supposed to do. Man, that's crazy to think about. But this next time around, and there's no doubt about it, if anybody thinks that Trump's not going to be in office, you're sadly mistaken. He's going to be there. And so get that out of your head that, oh my God, this is my enemy, Republicans, Democrats. Understand that the divisions sold on purpose. They want us to be divided, all right? Just see past the bullshit and let's look at actions. That's what we want. We want to see what is any political group, what is any president doing for our country. That's what matters the most. So a reason why I bring that up is because Trump started the Abraham Accord. He had countries agreeing to work together that hadn't liked each other for decades. And I would love to see that, finalized. I'd love to see the Abraham Accord. And I understand there's an issue going on in Israel, you guys. I don't trust what I see. Let me ask you this question because I'm curious. Does anybody actually believe what you're seeing about this whole Hamas and Israel thing? Do you really believe that Hamas, this little tiny terrorist group, somehow magically was able to come up with a plan to attack Israel? Now, I don't have a dog in this fight. My thing is I'm neutral. I don't like war, period. I don't like people being killed, period. I don't care about all that. And yes, there's people going, but Pimpy, you talk to God, isn't people? Yeah, I get all that stuff, but it's if you think God, gee, let me pick a side here. No, he's not. When you start murdering people on either side, you guys, I don't want to see it. I a way to resolve things. This kind of conflict should have been resolved a long time ago. And it was well on its way, in my opinion, under Trump. So I don't believe what I see. I just think this is another excuse to try to force people into another world war. It looks like they're trying to line this up. I find it hard to believe that of all people, Israel, their intelligence is almost as good, if not better, than our own intelligence agencies. And so for Hamas to just somehow magically been able to attack them is mind blowing to me. It's just I find it hard to believe. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I just find it hard to believe. I just think they're really looking for an excuse to push us into investment a little bit, because not. Okay, what we're watching is Iraq targeting United States targets. They haven't done it. They're just talking or getting involved at all. They should not be involved with this little tussle between Israel and Hamas. Piss Biden off, spit down. Look what they did with the budget. They slowed it down. You have to wait for approval. Remember when I told everybody that the currency was on sanctions and that wasn't lying, right? There's a district people who talk about Iraqi dinar and just read articles. There's others that read articles but then kind of explain what's going on. Sometimes there's not a lot of changes. They're making their YouTube channels when they mislead people. So I just think, right, buffering bad, is it really? I don't know if there's anything I could do to handle that. This is really just whether or not that's so I apologize for that. That's just whether or not YouTube is screwing with my channel. So they've been shadow banning me again. But yeah, so I guess it's because somebody said it's Frank 26 says something's gonna happen in 2 weeks. Anybody know? Did he say specifically what was going to happen in 2 weeks? Does anybody know? Because I'm curious. When people come to me and say, "Hey, this person said this is going to happen in 2 weeks," well, what exactly is going to happen in 2 weeks? Are they being specific? Like people get mad. They go, "Oh, you make fun of militiaman." That's easy to do, but people are asking me to review the videos and explain to them what he's saying. But it's the same thing. He's like, "Well, oh, this is powerful information. This is powerful information." I get that some of you guys like them, but I'm trying to make a point. This is powerful information. Oh, this is going to be, the contracts are going to be executed. What is powerful? Be specific. Which contracts? You keep saying this person is Article 8 compliant. Article 8 of what? Article 8 of the Geneva Convention, Article 8 of the WHO organization, the World Trade Organization, Article 8 of the United Nations. You're not being specific. And it's important to be specific so that we can follow along. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to everybody. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, now's the time. Somebody just sent me a video, I guess. Zimbabwe just released their first gold-backed cryptocurrency. So that is digital money. So I'm looking into that, and I'll report on that a little bit later on for those of you who have, the Zim dollar. And I keep hearing some news that keeps coming out that's semi-excited about the Zim dollar, but they have been 100 times worse than what's going on in Iraq. You know what I mean? It's hard to get excited with them. Okay. So ask away, you guys. What do you want to know about? Man, there's all kinds of things happening over here in California. And I know people are excited about it and they're celebrating this. Minimum wage now for people who work at McDonald's, I'm not even kidding, is $20 an hour. So when I tell you that they're trying to destroy businesses here, I'm not lying. Look, if you're at McDonald's, you should be making $20 an hour. I'm sorry for those of you who work at McDonald's, but McDonald's is the kind of place you go to work while you're in high school. So you have some kind of experience working, all right? That shouldn't be your final goal unless you're getting up there in management. And they should not be making $20 an hour. Now, healthcare workers, they are going to get a minimum of $25 an hour. And I'm like, so let me get this straight because I worked in the healthcare industry for 27 years. You're going to try to tell me that there's a $5 difference between what people in the healthcare industry get paid versus McDonald's? So there's that whole thing going on out there. That's the kind of stuff that just drives me crazy. There definitely looks like there's an agenda going on. But yeah, any questions, anything specific you want to know about? Ask away. I haven't been doing too much on gold and silver. Somebody said that's because it's tanking. I was like, no, that ain't why, because it rebounded. I keep telling you guys, and I warned everybody ahead of time that gold and silver is going to do this. I told you this. I said, even if it went all the way down to $1, don't get rid of your precious metals. Don't do it. It is your only key to freedom. I'm not even joking about that kind of thing. It is the way out of the system. And there's a lot of people waking up to that, and they're buying them big time, buying lots of gold and silver. And the reason why I haven't spoken much about money metals is because we decided to go different ways for now. So I'm talking to Andy Shipman. Hopefully that pans out and I could go work with him. But yeah, the gold industry and the silver industry is just as bad as what's, so they're being manipulated. And that's for people who invest, this is your money, you guys. You take your money and you invest it in something with full heart and faith that it's legit. And when you have a corrupt government and a corrupt Wall Street and corrupt politicians and a corrupt banking system, it's kind of hard to know what direction to go into and feel safe about it. I don't feel I'm almost 100% out of cryptos. I just left mine in Satama. So, just because of it's interesting to watch, but I don't deal with cryptos. I wouldn't be in them, even if they did shoot up right now, just because I just don't trust the way the system is set up right now, and it's too much of a risk with your money. So I do watch other currencies, and if back together, I think Venezuela is going to have a really strong currency later down the line. But don't buy the currency now because it's a crap currency. It's all over in the streets and stuff like that. So just wait till they get this stuff together, and then they turn around and release a new type of currency. And if you catch it on the bottom, definitely catch it on the way up. I have, believe it or not, I have 10 million in Iranian reals because just like Iraq, they're under sanctions. And the reason why the currency is doing so poor, they're acting together that their currencies will go up in value as well. Those are the ones that I'm watching right now. I have on currencies in a little while, so I'm going to do that again and then go through and then explain in detail, in my opinion, which ones we should keep an eye on. And it's up to you from there. Pimpy, hit me up. Let's see. Oh, Jules. Oh, yeah, you guys. Somebody said, why have you been offline lately the last few days? You ever just realize your house is full of crap? Like, I have all kinds of stuff that when my father passed away, it was his stuff, and I just kind of kept it here. But most of it is I wouldn't use, or my house looks cluttered. So I decided I have to start going through this stuff and separating it so that I could sell it and just get rid of it. This, and I'm not going to use these things. As far as the RV and the RI is concerned, somebody said to me, I guess you don't believe in an RV? Well, a revaluation is different than a reinstatement. A reinstatement would be that they won Dinar. So that would be a reinstatement. That, in my opinion, is not going to happen. Revaluation, 1,190 dinars, all the way down to 1,450 dinars, back up to 1,300, in my opinion. So we'll keep an eye on that and then see what happens. All these infrastructure get started as the private sector starts to get funding and they start working on it. Is the biggest holdup, you guys, right now. The biggest holdup for the Iraqi dinar. The number one reason why it's not going to shoot up right away is because Iraq depends on oil way too much to fund their budget. And in 2020, we all saw what happened when oil tanked. They damn near went bankruptcy. So if 95% of your budget is funded through oil, that is not a secure economy. They have to start working on their agriculture, which they're working on, and other areas, and to start relying on that for generating revenue outside of oil. I like they have that new gas thing coming up. That's a biggie. Also, all the fees that they're collecting, import, that's a biggie. So all these things are changing in favor of Iraq, but it's not going to happen overnight. And that's why I say 2-3 years, we'll see increments between now and then. They'll just keep going up slowly but surely. That's why, because as they get away from relying so much on oil and having other forms of revenue that they generate from other sectors, then that's going to be a secure currency. But the fact that 95% of their budget is funding all these people pushing this climate change crap on us right now, you can only imagine as we go to electric cars and what happens. The demand for gas is not going to be there. So that's why I'm saying they need to be careful, in my opinion. So what do you think about a stock market crash happening soon? Well, in case you haven't noticed, it's been happening, but it just happens in a way that you won't usually catch. That's how it happened last time. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and it just bottoms out. So do I think it's going to happen soon? Look, they can't keep this boat afloat anymore. And I say that, then all of a sudden they find a way to keep it going for a little while longer. It's all the data that we hear about the numbers of employment, about the job participation, is just all bullshit. Inflation numbers higher than it is. Over here in California, this guy companies that are closed in the Bay Area, around the Bay Area, San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland, San Jose. It's nothing like it used to be. I used to live in Alameda, but and I hung around in San Francisco, San Jose for the nightlife a lot. We're gonna go to the currency exchanges. Here's the thing. Pages. You should Ricky Dinars to them. They'll sell it or they'll buy at the current rate. So when the rate goes up, they would buy in Ricky Dinar is Chase Bank. That's what it used to be, but only at its current rate. The other way to do is find currency exchanges out there, but you got to understand that if they do jump up all of a sudden overnight, it's our eyes for some strange reason, how flooded they're going to be. So it would just take time, but yeah, you probably end up having to go to someplace like Canada or Mexico where there's no sanctions from them, and then sell the currency. But look, trust me, if you have 25 million Iraqi dinars and you wake up tomorrow and they decided to reinstate the rate of $3.22, I mean, how hard is it for you to come up with the plane ticket to go to another country so you can exchange it? You'll find a way, man. Trust me. But we could do it here in the United States. In order for it to reach that level of value, then they're definitely going to have to be off sanctions. And so then you should be able to go to your local bank. And they do, and they are aware of the possibilities of an RI happening. I know I've spoken to my local bank manager several times about this. So this is what he told me. I'd spoken to people before. I talked to my bank manager at Wells Fargo. He said, let's just say, for the sake of things, let's say tomorrow they reinstate the rate of $3.22. I said, yeah. And he goes, but you have like 5 million Iraqi dinars. Well, you can't just walk in and say, give me the money. You know what I mean? That's going to be really hard for us to accommodate you. So what would happen is we would just check your dollars to make sure they're not counterfeit, of course, and have the machine to do that. I said, okay. He goes, then we'll deposit it in your bank based on the current exchange rate. I said, uh-huh. He goes, you'll have access to X amount of dollars for the first week. And then after that, you'll have the money in your account. And I was like, okay. He goes, if you want cash, we have to make an appointment for us to order the money to get here so you can have that money. But they don't carry that kind of money. Whenever you're dealing in millions, you have to set an appointment and order the money. But I'm like, look, as long as it's in my account, I don't care, man. I'll take it there. That's good for me. But that's how he explained it. But there are sanctions. And so until the sanctions are removed, you won't be able to do that. Let's see here. You guys miss everything? What happened? Did it freeze up? Yeah, somebody said there's a lot of commercials going on, so that I don't choose the commercials when I don't choose when the commercials pop up, and I don't choose what commercials go on there. So the YouTube just does it. Okay, so I have no control over that. So I apologize for that. But the cool thing is this: um, you guys don't want to see an update for crap cleaner. The cool thing is, if you miss too much, look, the video will be posted, and you can go on there, and then you won't miss anything if you have any of your if you miss some content that you want to hear about. It says, okay, so you guys want to relive again to do the same thing? Just watch the video. It should be back on there. Buy gold and silver? Yes, absolutely. Seems better no control over that. Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. Professor Pimpy, I love it. Yeah, that's that whole thing with people calling these guys gurus, man. I'm like, you do understand what guru means. And Professor I deposit it and then place a wire transfer. You get your money. If that happens, you wake up tomorrow and all right, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to take it down to the bank. I'm going to deposit it. And as soon as they say it's cleared and I'm good, I'm going to put like 65, 70% of my money into gold and silver. You know what I mean? I'm going to pay off all my debt. I'm going to, get a new car because mine's starting to reach that age where it's old. Finish fixing up my home. Of course, meet you guys in Vegas. But I'm going to have a budget with myself. But for the most part, the rest of the money is going to be in gold and silver. I'm going to have very, very, very little money in the bank account. There's no way in how I'm keeping that money there. I don't trust the government. I don't trust the banking system. I don't trust none of these people. I'd rather trust myself in control of my millions of dollars in gold and silver than I would any bank or keeping my money in the bank. There's just not going to happen. If I had let's say $15 million, you're lucky if you have. The bank would be lucky if I kept 10,000 of it in the bank because I wouldn't keep it. Not the bank. I don't trust it. First class round trip. Heck yeah. Have you seen some of these first class planes lately? It's unbelievable. I've tried everything. Shame on YouTube. It shouldn't be this difficult. Oh, to get the video, it should be coming in clear now, right? Is that what you guys said? Is coming in clear? Yeah. So I apologize, you guys. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Look, I've had a love-hate relationship now with YouTube for quite some time, and they're constantly screwing with me. So um, this part is out of my control. So I apologize. But they, like I said, they choose when to put the commercials in. You feel restrictions will ever be lifted with Iraq? Yeah, I think, guys, these sanctions, it looks like they're setting up Iraq now to have the sanctions removed. One of the things they're doing is what? Banking reform. That's huge. They're making sure that Iraq is, you know, that their banking system is set up to proper standards for them to do business internationally. And the issue with Iraq, one of the sanctions is they were not in the business in the financial institution. So, the fact that they're there in the banks, retraining them, updating the system, doing everything that they need to do to make sure that they can work internationally tells me that, in my opinion, they're to lift some of these sanctions. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Iraq and even if I was a political leader there, having to ask the United States permission to take my own money to use on a budget for my people, it would drive me insane. But that's the Iraq is in that boat, and I understand the need to punish Iraq supposedly for all the bad they did, even though they didn't do anything. Um, the time is way past. Iraq needs their sovereignty back. They need these sanctions lifted up, and the United States needs to leave them the hell alone. But that's not going to happen. Iraq has too many resources that we want, and we're trying to prevent China and Russia from grabbing those resources from Iraq. The fear is if we lift these sanctions and we let them go freely to make their own choices, then they'll side with Russia, they'll side with China, and we'll lose them all together, and they'll just drive oil prices way up. So that's one of the issues that I see here. Um, yeah, we're in a tough pickle, but I do believe that They will be lifted, just not right at this present moment, especially not with, good Lord, not with Biden in office. Do you think Iraq will RV this year? No, that's not going to happen. Anybody tell you different, they're lying to you. Like they tell you every time when the new budget comes out, what do they say? The new exchange rate is in there. So I think they're looking at possibly within the first 3 months of next year, just because of some of the ideas that they have for infrastructure, the sections that they're focusing on, especially agriculture, gives them an opportunity to possibly increase this a little bit more. And they also need to do that to stop this black market that's going on. So I kept thinking they need to increase the value just a little bit more. I still think that now. I would love for them to RI, of course, just like everybody else, but um, they need to find a way to curtail this black market. The only way you can do that is just outlaw using US dollars all across the country, use the Iraqi dinar only. Okay. And if they want to continue to use the greenbacks for oil sales, that's fine. That has nothing to do with the public. Make the public in their stores use only Iraqi dinar. Make everything else outlawed. And that will get rid of a big chunk of the black market. But that's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. You got to remember, we have Iranian backed politicians in control now, and they're corrupt. And this is their way of smuggling money over into these sanctioned cities. You guys see it. So it's a huge web of crap you really got to pay attention to. And that's what a lot of these guys making these videos aren't talking about. They're not telling you these things. No. Relying too much. So hold on. Let's wait for this ad to end. Sorry. As I'm still here, it's showing me now when ads run. So if you can hear me, what I'm doing is waiting for the ads to end. So you don't miss anything. No, it's ads. Some of you guys might not have pop-ups, and what it's doing is it's buffering while the ads are running. Okay. Are you there? Okay. So it's now there's a weird sign popping up that says whenever they're running ads. So when they're running ads, for some of you don't allow pop-ups or anything like that, it could be that it buffers while the ads are running. So if I see an ads popped up, what I could do is just wait until the ad is done and then continue my saying what I was saying so you don't miss anything. You guys let me know what you think, okay? But I was speaking about the RV happening this year. There's nothing out there that indicates it, nothing whatsoever. And I know you guys have been lied to you so many times, and that's why this is the grounded. This is the grounded channel, and it makes me sick because, like I said, I had to walk a lot of you guys off the edge, man. Um, Look at it this way. How about your approach should be this way? Listen to what everybody has to say, whether you believe in them or not. Okay, but here's what your approach should be. If it happens tomorrow, it happens. Okay. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But these guys lying to you, they're secret handshake coder ring wearing, pull a freaking magic wand out of their butt and sprinkle unicorn pixie dust on screens. There's no redemption centers. There's no people in the center standing by. That's all the crap they've been saying now for 20 years, you guys. There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there whatsoever that validates what they're saying. All right. But like I was saying, look, the biggie for Iraq, besides getting the sanctions removed, the biggie is going to be finding a way to generate revenue other than relying on oil so much. That's a biggie. The fact that they're going to start selling gas as well gives them another option for revenue. That's a good thing. And the faster they get that started, the better. Hitting fast forward while it's buffering, does that work? Cody, what are you saying? I feel Iraq needs water and agriculture to properly grow. Yeah, of course they do. But see, people, they use this as a time to just BS. Oh, look at climate change caused the drought. Look, climate change, the climate does affect our waters and everything else. I get all that. But the fact that our governments could control the weather and they don't do anything to help the people tells you just how evil these bastards are. But the other problem for Iraq is the fact that they have Syria and Turkey right above them, and they have like 1 billion dams. And Turkey signed an agreement with Iraq agreeing to release X amount of water, and they're doing less than half that. So if they're doing less than half the water they're supposed to be releasing, then that's going to look like they have a drought, and it's going to destroy their agriculture. But Iraq's talking about building the dam. The faster they get that done, the better. Says I've been hearing the same thing for the last 3 years. They make money for the. Oh, there we go. Says they make money. They make money for the. Says I've been hearing the last thing for the last 3 years. I make money for you tuning in to their channel. One has 2 homes. One has 2 homes. Good Lord, I barely could keep up with the one home I have. But hey, more power to them if they have that much money and that's what they're doing. If they're making it off YouTube, hey, I can't hate their game, man. That's them. You guys are the ones that tune in. You guys are the ones that pay for their Patreon. You guys are the one that donate some money. It's so it's if they can get you to do it, then more power to them. Look, I tell you guys, look, let YouTube pay me, not you guys. All right, that's why most of the content's for free. Pimp's investment chat. Of course, I would love for you guys to go there because it helps out the channel. That one obviously is not free. It's $5 minimum per month. But here's the thing. Over there, I'm allowed to talk about whatever the hell I want, and I could talk freely without being censored at all. So that's a biggie for me. Thanksgiving or Christmas is coming again, and it will happen. Like every past years for the past 20 years. Yes, I know. How many times you hear this? Here's all the hot ones. The budget's coming. It'll be in the budget. The rate change. That's what they always say. Christmas is coming. It's going to be for a Christmas present. It's going to be one hell of a Christmas present. Then it's going to be, no, it's going to be for New Year's. They're going to start the new year off right. No. It's going to be, let's see, what is it? It's always one thing or another. And then you say, where did you hear that? How? You guys should start asking them questions. You need to say, where did that come from? Where did you get that information from? Because how do you know it's going to change? But some of you have started doing that and questioning them, and then you find yourself kicked out of that group. So just be careful. All right. Yeah, they don't like you question them. That's another thing you have to ask yourself. Why are these guys kicking me out of the group if I'm asking them legit questions, unless they don't have an answer? That's the honest to God truth. Once again, look at here we are live. I'll put it out there once again. And I mean any of those so-called gurus, any of those other YouTubers, and I mean any of them want to come on and have a conversation and try to prove what I'm saying wrong, that they got some magical, codes and stuff like that. Come on my channel. One time said, I'll give $1,000 to any YouTuber and prove me wrong. They never, ever show up, dude. They're never going to be in them. I'm going to do what I can to keep everything grounded. If it happens tomorrow, great. We celebrate. But these guys they're not going to come on this channel because I kicked the shit out of them in a debate. Nobody is that stupid. Nobody. Is that what it is? Tell them about. So they have NDAs, is that right? The non-disclosures agreements. Yeah, I remember when me and Charlie first were speaking, and he said, yeah, me and Pimpy have NDAs. And I was like, we do? When do we get NDAs? He goes, we're talking about Nasera Jacera. Yeah. I said, I must have missed that email or that memo because I don't have that. And what NDAs are you talking about? Now everybody uses that as an excuse. Well, I can't talk about it because we're under NDAs. Don't you think it's kind of strange that these guys always have an excuse not to explain where the resources come from, where the information comes from? Me, I put everything out there. How? Wherever the links are, I put them under I don't hide anything. I tell you guys exactly where the information comes from. I share the links because I think we're all in the same boat. And we are all trying to get look, we all want the same thing. We're all in the same boat. What is the purpose of trying to sound more important than other people. I guess if you want to beef up your channel, then I get it. You want to act like you have something that other people don't have, so more people turn into you. So I get that. Free 99. You are one of the best. Thank you. I love that. I remember when I first said that joke, man, people lost their shit. Shout out from my hubby to you, Pimpy. He listens after work and enjoys the honesty as I do. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I'm approachable. If you guys went to the Silver Symposium, I mean, lots of people came up to me and talked. I'm easy to get along with. I'm very approachable. I'm not rude. And if you really want to get on my good side, just catch me at a bar. It's decent. So ask them about small notes and their ask them about small notes and their minds explode. Yes, I remember saying, well, the new currency's in there, and they show you some pictures of some new currency. I was like, no, those are the old Iraqi dinar notes, and they don't use those no more. So that's like everybody's like, oh, look at this currency. And oh yeah, this is how I really learned that I actually hold a lot of weight when it comes to my opinion. Is during April Fools when I made the joke that the new that I showed you guys pictures of it, saying that it was an April Fool's joke, and everybody went crazy. And then I said, calm down, it's just the April Fool's joke, and people were pissed off. And when I asked what they're mad about, this lady said, come on, when it comes to these other people out there, the one person we know is not going to bullshit us or mislead us is going to be you. So when you said it was going to come out, you have a lot more credit than these other people do. So we all thought it was coming out. And I was like, you couldn't put two and two together and see that it was April 1st. So then I realized I can't joke around when it comes to things like this. I have established myself as a credible person, and I don't want to do anything to change that. I don't mind joking around every now and then, but that April Fool's joke made me realize just how important my credibility is and how important it is to you guys. So yeah. So again, I apologize to people who were pissed off about that, but I was just being silly. It was April 1st. What is your question, Jules? Where you at? Pimpy, what do you think the repercussions will be if the ME war heats up against Israel? So something's not right about that war. I wouldn't even call it a war. Look, if it's just like this so-called Russian-Ukraine war, that's not a war. If Russia's like playing with the mouse right now, all right? That's what it's like. It's like they're playing with the mouse. At any time if they want to, just wipe Ukraine right off the map. The same thing with this Hamas and Israel. At any time, Israel can just wipe them all out. So I don't understand. My feeling is they're just trying to find a way to make Bibi look bad so people will rise up against him and have him removed out of office because he's not exactly going 100% with this whole New World Order thing. And you're starting to see a lot more world leaders now revolt against this. And they're all under the same attacks as Trump's going, or not. You can see them all go through it. Whatever's happening here in our country, it's happening the same thing in other ones. Like this thing in Australia, this thing that they were trying to pass. Is that right? Ads again? Dang, is that what you guys are talking about? I didn't realize that many ads came up that often. So I'm guessing, obviously you guys can't hear me because the ad's on. It's almost over. Hold on. A couple more seconds. Okay, it looks like the ad's over. Can you guys hear me now? Is it over? So look, this in other countries, they're going through the same crap we are. They try to pass some bill in Australia, I guess yesterday or day before, and it didn't pass. And what happened is all the lefty loonies started saying that everybody was racist and everybody's a Nazi and you're all fascist. See, that's the thing. Most people that watch our channel only watch our local news or what's happening here in the United States. somebody like me who pays attention to news in all other countries, I get a broader perspective of what's going on. And you should be suspicious that these people are all going through the same thing that we are. If you don't pass the bills that the World Economic Forum wants, then you're a racist and you're a Nazi and you must be a white supremacist and you support racism and stuff like that is what they say. And after a while, people are like, yeah, you know what? We're not falling for this crap no more. I think that whole mental exercise that people are beyond it and they're not listening to that crap no more. So, as far as the Middle East war, I don't think it's any different. I think they're trying to find a way to make Bibi look bad, and this might be the way. And thanks to our CIA going over and interfering and causing an uprising, blaming Bibi for the attack, that's exactly what they want. Yeah, somebody said they're talking about the whole Cliff High and Kim Kamlet talking about the attacks that were going to happen, and I'm sure for whatever reason I have not. I've heard Cliff High's name. I've never spoken to him, but I've never watched that many videos of him. Once I started watching him, I was like, "Oh, this guy's intriguing, man. He says some very interesting things. He has a understanding about a lot of things that I do, without getting into detail. But yeah, I think I'm curious. I have so many questions for that guy. I would love to talk to him one of these days. But he was talking about the possible attack, and I thought maybe he's right. This 5G tower, man. I was waiting to see if people were going to start dropping, man. I really was, and I turned everything off in my house. I unplugged it, turned everything out just in case. But he was saying that something was going to happen. There's going to be like 9/11 times 100, or big, not times 100. And I was saying, oh, that's weird because my feeling is that it's going to be something in the Middle East. And then, of course, I got lucky and then something, well, I wouldn't call it lucky, but an attack happened in the Middle East, just like I thought it was going to happen. And people are like, oh, man, do you have visions? No, guys, calm down. It was just a feeling that I had. I'm not freaking clairvoyant. I'm not a prophet or anything like that. It's just there was too many weird things happening over the Middle East. And I was feeling that all the talk about attacking Israel and hating Israel, I was like, something's going to happen over there. So it was just a weird feeling is all it was. Cliff's a pretty amazing dude. I love to sit and listen to him go for hours. I'd love to have a conversation with him. I really would. If any of you guys know how to reach him, please let him know. I would love to have an interview with Cliff. I think it'd be an entertaining one. Pimpy, you know how to reach out to those who can contact Cliff. Just do it. No, the people I thought knew how to get a hold of Cliff are saying they don't. So I might be asking the wrong people, but I'll definitely try it. But as far as what's going on in the Middle East, so here's what's going on, you guys. Investing in Iraqi dinar, I get it. It's exciting. Especially with Iraq, finally, it appears they're getting their crap together. And I understand that these people out there telling you it's going to happen overnight. It's not. I can promise you it's not. Okay? Just because there's too many different hurdles in the way of Iraq in order for them to RI. Hey, Professor, what do you think of the Federal Reserve tanks, which works? And what do you think about Iraq going to Russia? And yeah, I mean, Iraq and Russia has had a relationship. They're part of their BRICS member. I mean, they're OPEC members, so they've always worked with one another, and it hasn't been that big of a deal. But as far as the Federal Reserve tanks, the Federal Reserve, you guys, is insolvent. Don't you understand? They've been bankrupt. So the fact that they somehow people believe that they're functioning, it's all bullshit. They're bankrupt. They have been insolvent. The debt on their books is so ridiculous. That's why they're trying to do this whole central bank digital currency, so they can just start confiscating people's wealth. Man, that's the honest to God truth. Don't fall for it. You need to be out of the system. Gold and silver is the way to go. Okay. What's a lot of numbers? You guys are too much. Saying something's going to happen in Chicago too. Looking at the timeline numbers, Chicago, yeah, Chicago. I think for some reason Buffalo, only because if you guys listen to Monkey Works, he's been monitoring these planes that track radiation. they look for it. They fly all over. They look for signs of radiation. And for some reason, they've been spending a lot of time in Buffalo. So to me, that tells me whatever's going on, the intelligence agency feels like they need to focus in that area. And so I think if anything is going to happen, it's most likely Buffalo. And I think the other place was Arizona, were the two sections that were being monitored the most. I don't want anything to happen, but you know, you guys seen the video I did with Cody in the spiritual. I know a lot of you guys don't like that stuff, but it's okay. I understand that. But I do think it's interesting what these little spirits say in these spirit boxes. And even they were saying that, humanity is about to get, you have to believe it. I'm not saying I believe it, but it's something that makes me think. And since the spirit said these things, now I'm focusing on, are there any signs out there that this could be possible? Well, yeah, you see it when Russia says we want peace with Ukraine and Biden says no. What? People don't realize how much money is being funneled through Ukraine for other screwed up projects. All it is they're laundering money to Ukraine. They're not there to support anything. Come on now. Pimpy, who is the XRP lying guy? He strikes me as being a big phony, but my sister thinks he's the real deal. So is this somebody got to look up? So what's his name? XRP line. Is that the idiot that's got the shit behind him that says XRP is going to go up to like $500,000 and all that? Is that who you guys are talking about? He's an idiot. He's the guy who said, I talked to God. And you know how God works. He said, God gives you numbers. He doesn't tell you if it's a time on the clock or if it's a date. When you're talking to God and God tells you something, there's no confusion about anything. God is not the author of confusion. If you're getting something from God, there's no fog. There's no, they're talking about that the XRP is going to be. Oh, I think that's what you're talking about. He's the one that says we'll have to go through heart scanners at the special RV place. Oh my God, these people. So this new wave of YouTubers, man, they're taking it to a whole other level, man. I remember Charlie said you can't get on a QFC unless you had raised your spiritual level to like 5G or 5D or 4G or whatever the hell it was. And I was like, what the hell? Why would, and he's like, oh, this is ran by God. And I was like, so you're trying to tell me that God is going to exclude people? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't think so, man. I don't. So yeah, Nader's on here. What's going on, my friend? Me and you have to talk, man. I seriously, I wish you would reach me and let me know how to reach you. And let's bring Nader. I like Nader. Nader just fucking express. Gosh dang, dude. Sorry, you guys. I've been trying to be better about my cussing, and it seems like if I focus on trying not to cuss, then I keep cussing. So I have to get better about that. My apology. Yeah, I would love to have Nader on, man. At least he's like me. You express your opinion. Leave it at that, man. What about those other sanctions on them still? I know there's 3 of them listed on the World Trade site. Well, you didn't have to go to the World Trade Organization. See, you could have came to Pimpy and watched my videos. I told you guys there was 3 sanctions on their currencies. And I said, is anybody else talking about that? No. This is the education site. This is the Professor Pimpy site. They're not Dinar gurus. Gurus means teaching. Nobody's teaching you what you need to know. Did it say, well, my special friend and handshake and the RV or God put it upon me? Or, that's what they do. And if that, look, let me just put it to you this way, you guys. Don't tune into the person that is saying things that you like just because you like what they're saying, because that's how you get misled. Listen to everybody and use your own discernment about what is BS and what is not. Because what you'll find out is the person who's not blowing smoke up your butt is most likely the person telling you the truth. Because why put you guys through so much misery? You know what I mean? I'm not trying. This person's like, we don't listen to your channel, Pimpy, because you constantly are negative. What am I negative about? Telling you guys the truth? I'm not being negative. I said, would you want me to be cheery? Hey, everybody, the RI is not going to happen. Hey, but the RV is going to happen in increments. Does that make a difference? I mean, I don't negative. No, man. And then as far as you guys saying that, oh, people don't like when you talk about, so-and-so. In my inbox, like 700 videos about these individuals. People go, can you tell me what you think of this? Okay, so if I try to respond independently, man, it's going to take me 700 years to respond. Looks like another commercial. Good lordy, man. Go to it. YouTube cheese. So there's a commercial going on. In case you guys can't hear me, I don't know if you guys got ad blockers or whatever, but I'll finish once this video's. I mean, once the commercial's almost up. Oh, I like that, Cody. That's nice. All righty. So it looks like the commercial's about to end. Okay, so it looks like the commercial's ending now. Hopefully everybody's there. But Cody, I like what you're saying. Hurt me with the truth is better than pacifying me or fooling me with a lie. Keep it up, Pimpy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can usually tell whenever I get in a wave of people that are talking crap about me, then I go, oh, I know what it is. So either that YouTuber sending their little army over people to complain about me, or they have multiple accounts. You know, they try to act like all these people are supporting them, but what they do is they have 60, 70 fake accounts and they act like there's multiple people. But me, you know, people are like, once you block them out of the group, I don't, because I don't care. Let the haters come through. And I'll say it like I'll say it again, as I said before. If they want to come on here, prove me wrong, you're more than welcome to come on here. You know what I mean? If Militia Man and wants to come on here, you wouldn't dare come on here. Jeff's little brother, come on, man. And Jeff wouldn't come on here. There's no way in hell he would come on here. Ask Nader what part of the Middle East are you from? He's Nader's from Iraq, right, Nader? If you're there. Yeah, Nader, you reach out to me, my friend. Come on the show. That'll be a good video, I think. Let's see here. Every time the commercials end, they start. What is that what they're doing? Is that about the side hustle? Yeah, and there's a lot of people got a lot of side hustles. Man, people are like, well, Pimpy, everybody's trying to make money and do the thing. Here's the thing. This is going to be sad to say, but it's the honest God truth. Those guys, there's no way in hell they could compete with me if I wanted to be corrupt and just go about scamming people. I would have like 200,000 followers easily, but it's just not me. It's not my character. That's not what I do, man. You know, I'll tease a lot and I'll joke a lot, but the truth of the matter is we're all in the same boat trying to accomplish the same thing. Pimpy Nader has his. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a duh. I should have thought about that. Thanks, Desert Rose. But anyways, you guys, look. Any more commercials? Any more questions? Let's just be so the Middle East when it comes to as far as Israel and Hamas. I can't imagine that escalating. They're going to do the whole thing with Russia, Ukraine, Taiwan, China, and it's not actually Hamas. It's actually Iran attacking. Let's be honest. Israel. So yeah, they're just trying to force us into a world war. That's what they want. They want to go nuclear, guys. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the honest to God truth. They do want to do that. That'll help them with population control. Plus, this will give them their excuse that they need to push us into a one world order. The trick is not to fall for that and say no. Demand peace. Don't take a side. Demand peace. Demand that our government does not get involved under any circumstances. That's all you have to do. We, the people, get together and everybody in their own country got together and told the governments, we've had enough. Stop. We want peace. It can be done, but nobody ever attempts it. So I'll do a video later on because somebody sent me some information about the new gold back Zim digital dollar. Now that's going to be interesting. So that's what's going on with the Zim. I'll get details for you guys later. I'll do a Rocky video once I review the news and read it. Gold, silver. Sorry, guys. I haven't been doing a lot of those videos lately just because I've been focusing on some stuff around the house. And that one part of the videos doesn't seem as important as the other ones. You guys already know how I feel about gold and silver and cryptocurrencies and everything else. Nothing else matters right now. You should have gold and silver so that you and your family are out of the system and you're safe, period. Okay? As far as these wars going on, just demand peace. And as far as Iraqi dinar, until they start finding another resource to generate income. That's not going to change overnight. It will happen in small increments. Like I said, I do like the fact that they're going to start doing gas. That's huge. Building the dam is going to be huge. The port being finished, the port of fall being finished is huge. All these things, the highway that they're doing out there is huge. This all opens up Iraq to a real. I'm looking forward to that. Hey Pimpy, what happens if the IQD when the US goes back to the gold standard? None. We get better dollars, and I'll take the US dollars instead of putting in gold and silver if it's backed by gold. How's the puppies? Oh man, you guys, he's big, man. And now the puppies are only like about 3 or 4 weeks, and they're puppies. My poor chihuahuas are already bigger than my chihuahuas, man. They're big, and their eyes are open, which means they're little hellions right now. How long do you think it'll take to get to $1 for the exchange rate? If Iraq could stay out of these messy situations that everybody seems to be pushing each other into, these wars, I'm thinking the possibility infrastructure is going, the port of fall will be open by then. You look in 2024, somewhere around the close to 2024, 2025, in my opinion, if they can just keep their head out of organization, port of falls open, find other resources other than oil for income, and they have the ability to do it, and they seem to be working on it right now. Yeah, you're going to start seeing increments happen over the next couple of years, but they should get at least a 1-to-1 sometime by the end of 2024, getting into 2025. And if they continue to grow like they are economically, you're going to see a much bigger jumps as time goes on. Yeah, I always buy my gold and silver from Money Metals. Yeah, I know we're not working together right now, but yeah, they're the most competitive out there right now. I'd be tickled for my nickel. Anyways, you guys, look, it's already been an hour, and I'm sorry about the commercials and the buffering, the whole 9 yards. I don't control that, so my apologies. But anyways, I just want you guys to know I appreciate when you tune in. I know you got other choices, but I surely do appreciate it when you tune in to me. So I promise to start making doing live videos a lot more often. So let's see if I can start doing them. I don't know. I'll try daily. Let's see what happens. All right. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you later. I'm out.